show. Don't miss this stuff.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Friday morning. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I have something I think you're going to find a lot of fun. And if you're into archaeology, if you're into history, you're going to love some of these things. I may not have enough, I'm sure I won't have enough time to tell you about all of them. The University of Iowa has a library do-it-yourself history website, which is so cool. Volunteers have completed the project. They've transcribed 15,000 handwritten pages into digital format. The website for that is, hold on, let me tell you what it is. It is DIY History. What is the address for this thing? I made a mistake and clicked the wrong button. Okay, let me try it again. Oh, no. Oh, no.
At the University of Iowa.
Yeah. Something went wrong there.
Google that.
Something went wrong there. Let me try it again. DIY History. Come on, I want to read you some of these letters because these are very interesting to me. Because they're so old. Like 1839, I believe, is the one that just disappeared.
Oh, yeah. They're from ordinary people.
Here it is. Here's the website. It's DIYhistory.lib, as in library, .uiowa, as in the University of Iowa, the letter U and then Iowa, .edu. I know it's a long address, but that's the address. DIYhistory.lib.uiowa.edu. Okay, so you go in here and you can look at different letters that have been transcribed. Oh, no. Come on. The computer keeps...
Yeah, but I love
that. Here we go.
Ordinary people.
It's a handwritten letter. At the top of the letter, in rather beautiful cursive handwriting, it says, New York, March 28th, 1839. Mr. Eno, Esquire, Pine Plains. Dear Sir, it is now some months since I have heard anything from your brother Henry Eno, and I begin to feel alarmed lest something may have befallen him of a serious nature. I write to ascertain if you have any recent intelligence from him. If it should prove that he has been suddenly taken away by death, his interesting little daughter, Carrie, would be left in a destitute and unprotected condition. So we don't know who this is.
Interesting little daughter. That sounds creepy if it's a fellow.
Well, nowadays, I don't know. I feel much concerned about them. Okay, but I guess he and his daughter. He was accustomed to write to me usually once a month. I shall be in the city 2 or 3 days and would be pleased to receive your answer while here. Address me care of Metropolitan Hotel, and much obliged, yours truly, John H. Knapp.
Gosh.
How's that, huh?
Wow.
Is that cool stuff?
That's very cool.
So anyway, there's lots of letters. There's the letters. I'm not going to read all of them because I have some other websites I want to tell you about. But
yeah, but that is a cool
But
letter.
here's kind of a list of the things. You can get the Pioneer Lives, Letters from the Pioneers, World War II Diaries and Letters, World War I Diaries and Letters, the Iowa Women's Lives, Letters and Diaries from Iowa, because that's what this is from, the state of Iowa. Mm-hmm. The Seth Mary Culinary Manuscript and Cookbooks. Don't know what that is, but old cookbooks. Building the Transcontinental Railroad, the letters from the guys building the railroad. Mm-hmm. The Niall Kinnick collection, the Civil War diaries and letters. Isn't that amazing? Let me see if I can find one. Let me click on one of them.
Okay.
Let me click on one of them. Okay. What is this one? Is this a musical one?
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. This is a narrative of the Western theater in the American Civil War.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
That is nice.
1862 was a busy month in the West. On all sides, the greatest efforts were being put forth to meet the impending conflict, which all felt must come soon. Many have written and talked to reconcile the conflicting statements, One writer, unable to reconcile them, calls it the mystery of Shiloh. Yet the official reports of regimental brigade and division commanders, when stripped of their coloring, must give us the correct history of that terrible and bloody field. I won't read the whole thing, but do you find this stuff interesting?
I do.
Archaeology from your desktop, from your computer. Okay. All right, so that's one of them. There's another one, the Witham sword mystery. In 1825, a 13th century sword was found in the river Witham in Lincolnshire, United Kingdom. The sword looks ordinary upon first inspection. It weighs about 2 pounds. It's about 38 inches long and has a double-edged blade, and the hilt is in the shape of a cross. It is believed to be from the 13th century.
Wow.
And was probably made in Germany, which is where most swords were made at that time. Where the mystery comes in is that there is an unusual inscription written on the blade. The letters were created by inlaying gold wire into the steel, and the inscription says, plus NDXOXCHWDRGHDXORVI plus sign.
Wow.
No one is sure what it means or why it was written on the sword. The British Library set up a website with information on the sword asking for people's help as to what the inscription could mean.
Oh, how cool.
The leading theory is that it may have been some religious inscription, but researchers are not even sure what language the inscription is. So if you want, the website's comment section is closed. They encourage people to put their theories on Twitter. And
oh my gosh, that was so popular, and they have to close it. Now they encourage
the river Witham, Witham sword, and you can Google that to find that one. I don't have a website; it's just a Twitter site. So,
boy, that must have been very, very intricate for that gold inlay to be in there, and that couldn't have been very, very long. The grip on it, so they had to inlay it very meticulously. Couldn't make a mistake.
Or here's one. Here's another called the micropasts. Let me see if I can get this one. Oh, that one's gone. Okay. Oh, that one's private. Ooh.
Ooh.
Private.
Ooh. They don't want to share.
So let me not do that one.
No, we don't do something private. That
I couldn't have. I don't have access to it anyway.
Oh.
But anyway, the big problem with many museums is taking vast amounts of handwritten texts into their databases and converting them into digital files. It takes up a lot of time, which is why they have the volunteers doing some of these things. So anyway, so they have some places on the website for the UCL Institute of Archaeology and the British Museum.
Oh, okay.
And that's where you would find that one. Okay. Here's another one. This is the Old Weather Project. An ongoing historical project that will give us a better understanding of the future is the Old Weather Project. You want to know if the world is really warming up? Look at the Old Weather Project. The project is looking for people to transcribe historical logbooks from ships that detailed the weather on the seas and the oceans. For example, some of the logbooks are from the English East India Company and cover weather patterns from the 1780s to the 1830s. Another set of logs is from Charles Darwin's voyage, and there are also logs from Antarctic expeditions from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And those are just a few of the logs that need to be transcribed. So they're looking for volunteers. You can be a couch potato archaeologist.
Oh, there you go.
There are over 250,000 logbooks, and even more in England, and even more here in America, and more in Asia. There could be billions of accounts of weather around the world. In many of these logs, the temperatures, pressure, air pressure, and weather conditions were recorded, handwritten, and the researchers are looking for volunteers to input the information into a database. So on this one, you do have a website to go to. It is the Old Weather Project. The website is oldweather.org. Oldweather.org if you want to do this. This sounds like get a big glass of iced tea and sit at your computer, because this is going to take you some time.
Yeah, right.
Wow. And basically anybody can do it if you can read and type. They just want you to transcribe. Starting in 1830, here's another one, the Colored Conventions Project. Starting in 1830 and continuing for decades after the Civil War, African Americans, both free and enslaved, would meet for conventions at the state and national level. They were called colored conventions. At those conventions, the people who went would discuss plans to enhance the rights of African Americans. The delegates who attended the conventions were some of the most well-known African Americans of the day, including Henry Highland Garnet and Frederick Douglass. They were also attended by other important figures like newspaper editors, church leaders, writers, and entrepreneurs. These conventions laid the groundwork for other African American rights groups like the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The minutes from these conventions were kept, handwritten minutes. And the Color Convention Project is looking for volunteers to transcribe the minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So let me give you the website to that one if you want to do that one.
Yeah.
It is coloredconventions.org. Once again, you will be looking at handwritten documents and you will be transcribing them for the future.
That is pretty cool.
Coloredconventions.org. Okay?
Very cool.
The Smithsonian Institute has a Transcription Center that you could also do something similar. It was established the Smithsonian Institute itself was established in 1864. It's composed of a set of museums and archives, and as you know, much of that is only available if you actually go there and look at the things. However, they have been scanned, and there is now the Transcription Center that opened in July of 2014, just last year. It's a website. You can go there. You can read famous letters written by personal letters. Written by famous Americans. Personal letters.
That is nice.
Even some notes that were written on currency.
That's
have
cool.
been kept. The website for that is transcription.si, as in Smithsonian Institute. .edu. If you want to transcribe some of those, transcription.si.edu. All right. I don't have enough time for the rest.
Okay, this is fascinating stuff.
I will try my best to put these on Facebook. There are more. There's the Valley of Khan Project. There's the Project War Diary. 1.5 million pages need to be transcribed. Wow. There's the Ancient Lives Project.
This is amazing.
And the Pictish Puzzle, which is the most interesting. It's 1,200 years old. The Pictish Puzzle.
Oh, gosh.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. This year's Nobel Peace Prize goes to 4 organizations many have likely never heard of.
The Nobel Committee said the winners, the Tunisian National Dialogue Quartet, had helped the country overcome a political